What's going on? This is Brother Jay, and I'm back again with another thought of the day, man. And my thought of the day is called Unbelievable. Now, in a nutshell, what I'm saying, this is like roughly like about, I'll say, 3 weeks ago to a month ago. What I'm saying, somebody, what I'm saying, had the audacity to sit up here and get mad at me because I wouldn't date them. Now, to illustrate my point clearly, what I'm saying, I'll say just, let's say a month ago. I met this lady and stuff like that out and about, what I'm saying? And we exchanged numbers and, we was talking on the phone. And now the woman looks decent. I'm talking about cutie, what I'm saying? And she told me that, I'm saying, well, I'm saying, I'm trying to let you know right now ahead of time that, I'm saying, besides my spare job and stuff like that, I also do OnlyFans. I was like, okay, that's gonna be a hard pass on that one. And she got mad at me. Said, uh, "You're so fucking old school and so you can't understand a woman's hustle." No, I respect that. I respect your hustle all day. It is that I can't date you. And she said, "Why?" I'm like, well, listen, I'm not gonna be the guy that's walking around in public, saying, getting clowned like, oh, she just, saying, made this OF fucking video with her, saying, sucking dicks and stuff like that and getting nuts busting her face. And that's her boyfriend? And he's comfortable? Nah, you ain't gonna clown me in public. Nah, bro. First of all, I do come from my old school cloth, saying? I don't expect, saying, the women I date to be virgins and shit. Come on, you gotta be realistic. You know what I mean? You know, but the same token, what I'm saying? If you're, I'm sorry I have to say this, saying, but I gotta be blunt with it. If you're over the age of 30 and you're doing OnlyFans, that means your morality compass is broken. That means you submitted defeat and said, you know what, since no one's gonna probably want me, I'm saying, let me just do this OnlyFans to get my money. But then along the line of doing this, you might sit here and decide to quit some years later, but she didn't. She's still doing it, you know. But some ladies, they'll do OF, saying, for about maybe a good run will probably be 3 years, 3 to 4 years, something like that, what I'm saying? Then some of them will drop out and think that the internet will disappear and shit like that. Motherfuckers don't have, saying, spank banks and all like that, what I'm saying? So she's thinking that she's gonna meet some dude that's gonna sit here and say, hi, dun, 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 let me rescue you, where other dudes said hard pass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm explaining to her, saying, that, I'm a selfish dude. You know what I'm saying? I want my woman to belong to me exclusively. I don't like sharing. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not doing it, you know what I'm saying? Just, what I'm saying, for the fuck of it. I don't care what you do for money. I respect your hustle. It's just that your hustle don't match my lifestyle. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I ain't go too much back and forth because, I mean, once I see red flags on you, I'm going to try to let you get the last word and stuff like that, whatever ego shit that you want to get off and stuff like that, because we're not trying to create psycho enemies. Okay? I'll let her get the last word. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you don't know what you're missing. I'm a good woman. Probably so, but not for me. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't say that. I just like, I understand. Okay. Anyway, it was an honor to meet you. Goodbye. Click. Just like that. And I was sitting in my head, you know what I'm saying? I was like, imagine if we switched roles and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I was the woman, you know what I'm saying, out here on OnlyFans and saying, boning a gang of dudes, stuff like that. And this fucking lady who's now a man is saying, ugh, that fucking skank is online doing that. And I'm sitting there having nerve getting mad. What? I'm a good woman and shit. Man, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? But people don't really understand the fullness of the argument. You know what I'm saying? The argument is about, if you became a success You know what I'm saying? This bride is going to be linked to your success. So other successful men will look at you and be like, you so smart that you picked a OF to be your main lady? Now look. It's one thing to have fun. I could have played it cool. You know what I'm saying? And just like, oh yeah, I don't mind. We can give it a chance. So let's see where it goes. And just, deuce her out a couple of times, somebody, and then bounce. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, no, because that's how you create psycho enemies. Like motherfuckers off of Snap and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, you dump me? I mean, come around, slash your tires and shit like that, and spray paint on your car and stuff like that, and stalk you everywhere and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to purposely create vengeful enemies. So that's why the convenient thing to do is, just trust me, she was beautiful. She was very sexually motivated for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, buddy. When she said the OF, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. No, bro. You know what I'm saying? But again, a lot of people, get frustrated at guys like myself, that says, there's certain ladies that I'm not going to date. And if you are in that lifestyle, whether it be OF, you into fucking porno, actress in porno, I mean. You know what I'm saying? If you're into that, if you're into being a call girl, if you're into fucking, escort service, prostituting on the corner, you can't, no. That's the line is right there, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm not crossing that line for no ho, baha, tee. You know what I mean? So, to land my plane and bring this to a conclusion, it's funny how motherfuckers think they can manipulate you and say, you don't know what you're missing. Yeah, I can tell you right now, I think I know I'm missing. I'm missing a whole bunch of headaches. I'm missing a whole bunch of, motherfuckers sit here, making jokes behind my back, like, yeah, how many nuts did she get busted in her face? You know what I'm saying? Today, you know what I'm saying? Nah, see, I dodged a bullet. You can call me the Black Neo. So to top us off, it's like, people act like they are special. Look, this is my life, Now I believe my life is special, but I don't believe that I am special. I'm just an ordinary guy existing. I want happiness, and I'm trying to, dole it out as best as possible. But you're playing with a losing hand, expecting me to still keep playing with you. No. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I want. Like women, they have their preferences. They know, what type of dude that they will date and what type of dude they just want to have sex with. I could have did that. I'm not trying to create a vengeful enemy. So that's why I didn't do that. So either way, this is a short thought of the day, just to give you the point of view of what is unbelievable in today's society. The morality issue is no longer on the table, It's like people do immoral shit, disgusting shit, sick ass shit, and think that, oh, that's normal and everybody should just tolerate it. No, I'm not tolerating that kind of behavior. No. Especially if a woman's into, that bondage and sadism and masculinism, man, shit. Never in my lifetime. Now, if I die and come back, maybe. But not in this lifetime, no. Either way, I'm out of here. Deuces.